Hi, Paul Hernandez, trial attorney here at Kalfus Nachman, litigating cases throughout Virginia and North Carolina. So you've been in an auto accident, and the person who caused your wreck was insured with State Farm Insurance Company, and you are searching for the State Farm Insurance claims telephone number. I will share that number with you in a second. However, before that, I want to prepare you for what's going to happen when you call that State Farm Insurance claims number. First, they will want to know the policy number for the person who caused your accident. If you do not have that number, they will then ask you a bunch more questions, like the full name of the person who caused your wreck. Make sure you also have their address because they're going to want to make sure that that person is in their database. The State Farm Insurance Adjuster will then want to get a bunch of information from you. They will want your full name, your address, telephone number, date of birth, social security number, and the date of the accident. You do not need to give them your date of birth or your social security number. They want that information so they can run an ISO search on you. ISO stands for Insurance Services Office. This is a database of all the insurance claims you have ever made in your entire life. They will also run a Google search on you and a social media search on you in an effort to find things about your character and if you have any prior crimes in your history. Remember, they are only doing this to besmirch your character. Do not give them your date of birth or your social security number. Next, the State Farm Insurance Adjuster will want all the information of all the other vehicles involved in the wreck, including the driver information, car owner information, year, make, model. They're even going to ask you for the VIN number of that car. They will ask you about the identity of all witnesses to the wreck, including the names, addresses, and phone numbers of these witnesses. Sounds like they want you to do all that work. Next, they will ask you to upload to their claims file all the photos and videos that you may have taken of the wreck, the scene, and the vehicles involved. They will also ask you if anyone was physically injured and make you identify all the injuries suffered by everyone involved in the accident. They may even ask you if you have suffered from any of these injuries prior to the accident. They ask about prior injuries because they are setting up to blame your prior injuries as causing your current problems as opposed to the accident their insured caused. Next, and most importantly, they will attempt to take a recorded statement from you. That is where you make a hard stop. You remember that saying, anything you say may be held against you in a court of law. That is why they want to take a recorded statement from you. It doesn't matter that you have not fully processed the accident, or that you're on medications, or that you're suffering from pain and discomfort. You must remember that Virginia is an at-fault insurance state. And if you are any bit at fault for your accident, you cannot recover. Yes, you heard me correctly. If you mess anything up in that recorded statement, that will be Exhibit 1 to deny your claim. These State Farm Insurance Adjusters are trained to ask specific questions to trip you up, guess at answers you don't know, and to make it look like you may have some fault in the accident. Do not give a recorded statement to the State Farm Insurance Adjuster. You still have a claim, regardless of what the adjuster tells you. So instead of trying to do something you have very little of any experience in doing, call an experienced attorney to help walk with you shoulder to shoulder through this new experience in your life. However, if you want to risk possibly losing your automobile accident case, here is the State Farm Insurance Company claims telephone number. It is 800-732-5246. That number again is 800-732-5246. You may be wondering why I'm trying to warn you about this. It is because I talk to clients every day and explain to them, you need to talk to me before you talk to the insurance company. So what I want you to do is to pick up that telephone. Call me, Paul Hernandez at Kalfus Nachman. The telephone number is 888-HURT-LINE, or it's 888-487-8546. Thanks for watching.